Hey, what's up everyone? Today we're trying something I've wanted to try since the moment I saw it. That is the Arby's Wagyu steak burger. Let's just see how good it is. But first, just like last time, some history. So, burgers have been a staple of American cuisine for a long time, specifically the fast food scene. White Castle opened in 1921 in Wichita, Kansas, widely regarded as the first fast food restaurant. There's some debate. Technically, A&W started first, but they were only doing root beer until like the mid-1920s. Whereas White Castle started doing sliders. They had burgers, they had sliders, they were doing everything in 1921 in Wichita, Kansas. So they were the first fast food restaurant in America. Changed the way America eats. Eventually the world, but mainly America. Changed the way America eats. America really put on the pounds after that. It's really gone downhill. No, I'm kidding. So the burgers, and then kind of fast food, move on down the road a little bit. Other fast food chains started opening. McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's may have been in there. Burgers, burgers, burgers. Every fast food place is doing burgers. And probably for the foreseeable future, that's what it looked like it was gonna be. Not so fast, not so fast. Arby's was founded in 1964 by the Raffle brothers. That's actually where Arby's comes from, is Arby Raffle Brothers. A lot of people think it's roast beef, and rightfully so. Not that you could be thinking that. That's a very logical thing to think. It's a common misconception. Arby stands for Raffle Brothers. They thought there was a fast food market that wasn't burgers, which, as we know today, there is. And so they decided on roast beef sandwiches, deli roast beef-ish sandwiches. They were appealing to they wanted to appeal to a higher class clientele. They wanted to appear as a higher class restaurant, but still wanted the speed as fast food and all that jazz. They've always done roast beef. They've had some chicken sandwiches. They've done some gyros. They've done all kinds of things. They've never had a burger, which is just so bizarre to think that a fast food giant like Arby's has never had a burger. Especially since so many places have such iconic burgers. Wendy's with the Big Mac. Wendy's with the Baconator and Dave's single, double, triple, blah, blah, blah. McDonald's with the Big Mac. Burger King with the Whopper. The list goes on and on. Burgers are a staple to the American diet. And the only thing that's more of a staple to the American diet than the burger itself is how convenient it is to get them. Arby's never wanted anything to do with that. They only wanted roast beef. They only wanted to deal with chicken. They didn't want part of the burger scene. Until now. The Wagyu steak burger. Now, I know a little bit about Wagyu beef. I'm no chef. I like to think I am, but I admittedly am not. I'm no culinary expert. But when I heard Arby's had a Wagyu steak burger, I instantly was just very interested. Because Wagyu beef, traditional Japanese Wagyu beef, is about as high quality of beef as you can possibly get. So when I heard Arby's had a Wagyu beef burger, I was like, interesting. That burger, I have to imagine it has to be something special. It has to be. So I did some research digging into Arby's Wagyu burger. And for those who don't know, Wagyu beef is beef that comes from one of 4 Japanese cattle breeds. Typically, like I said, traditionally, these cattle are raised in Japan. They have a different diet, which I'll get into. They're raised differently than American cattle, which I'll get a little bit into soon here. But it's super high quality beef. I remember I saw a video just a little bit ago of these guys. They're trying a steak at all different price points. And the most expensive one was like a little Wagyu steak like this. And if I remember correctly, it was like this big. It was like $600. So I was like, no way is Arby's. Like it was like the size of a burger. Obviously a little thicker, but like burger size. And I was like, no way is Arby's cranking out $600 worth of steak in a burger and making it X amount, making it like $8 or something. No way. So I was, much to my suspicions were correct, and I did some research into this specific burger. Arby's burger is 52% American Wagyu and 48% just normal ground beef. Which again, I'll get to the difference between American and Japanese Wagyu in a second. So that right there, I was immediately like, makes perfect sense why that's nearly half the burger is just normal ground beef. They did what I thought they would do, and they would put just over the halfway point as Wagyu beef, so then they could market it as a Wagyu burger. Because I'm sure if it was 50, switch the percentages around, 52% ground beef, 48% Wagyu, advertising companies and the advertising agency of America, or whatever the fuck it's called, wouldn't let them advertise it as a Wagyu burger. So they did the bare minimum. But as far as American Wagyu goes, it's like I said, there's some differences between American Wagyu and Japanese Wagyu. Why is that? Well, the consistent across the board is Wagyu beef has to come from, like I said, one of those 4 breeds of Japanese cattle. That's standard across the board. Pretty much the differences stop there. Americans, we don't put our beef through strenuous testing, at least with Wagyu. Our beef isn't tested, isn't as strict. We're not as strict about it as Japanese beef testers are. I guess, I'm sure I'd like to think that's their official title. I wouldn't mind being a beef tester. So some of the key differences between American Wagyu and Japanese Wagyu. American Wagyu is fed for a minimum of 400 days, whereas Japanese Wagyu is fed for a minimum of 650 days. So the cows are fed longer, they're able to build up more meat, more muscle mass, more fat into their insides, thus increasing the quality of the meat. American Wagyu is typically fed what is probably a very standard cow diet of corn and wheat. That's probably a very, very normal cow diet in this country. Whereas Japanese Wagyu is typically fed barley, wheat bran, rice bran, corn, and other high quality feeds. Much like humans, you put good food into you, your insides are gonna be good. You put bad food into you, your insides are gonna be bad. So, well, it goes without saying that the Japanese tradition of feeding the cows the higher quality ingredients typically yields better meat than the lower quality diet of the American cows. That's pretty self-explanatory to me, makes perfect sense. And then the last major difference I found was that Japanese Wagyu typically has a higher fat content than American Wagyu. And a lot of times, fat is where a lot of the flavor in beef is. I do know that. A lot of flavor is in the fat content of the beef. So you get a lot of the juiciness, the savory taste. Beef itself obviously still has flavor, but a lot of the flavor comes from the fat content of the beef. So, like I said, another reason why Arby's Wagyu steak burger is a little cheaper. It's American Wagyu, not Japanese. So, but it's still Wagyu. It still holds that name of, based on my understanding, the best beef that can be bought. It's as simple as that. Is that the case? I don't know. Like I said, I'm no culinary expert. In my opinion, Wagyu beef is as good as it gets. But is that enough to take the Arby's burger and put it on the top of the fast food burger chains? There's only one way to find out. Let's get to it. Quick note here. You might be wondering to yourself, Cam, Milkman, why aren't you driving like you were in the Popeyes video? The answer to that is very simple. With my apartment complex, in which I'm at the parking lot of right now, it's a lot further drive to Popeyes than it is to Arby's, because the Arby's I'm going to is literally right across the street. Once I start driving, I will likely be there in less than 30 seconds. So I didn't have as much time to talk about this history as I did with the Popeyes. So there's that question. Now that we got that out of the way, let's head to Arby's. What's this guy doing, dude? No one knows how to drive. So we're pulling into Arby's. Short pippity-poppity-boopity-bop later. Here. Let's get ready to order this burger.
Thank you for choosing Arby's. Place your order whenever you're ready.
I'll do that deluxe Wagyu steakhouse burger, please. Could I get that in a meal?
Alright, what size and what drink?
Medium's fine, and I'll just take a, take a strawberry lemonade.
Alright, anything else on the side?
No, that'll be it.
Alright, 11:23 to the window.
Alright, thank you.
Yep, I got you.
Don't know how well you could hear that guy, but I love the enthusiasm.
Here you are.
Thank you so much, appreciate it.
Have a great day.
Thank you. So here we are. Got the burger in the parking lot of Arby's, just like it was with Popeyes. Want to make sure it's as hot, as fresh as possible. Let's take a look. Got a meal, as you guys heard, so let's take a look at this stuff. Let's see this burger. Pickles do come on it. I do want to stress that. Y'all know I'm not a big pickle guy unless it's on a chicken sandwich. This is a burger, not a chicken sandwich. So we'll see how that goes. I'll definitely get a bite with some pickle in it, because it's clearly the way they intend for it to be eaten. So there must be, so yeah, we'll see how that goes, but I'm sure I'll pull the pickles off at some point. So, pretty sloppy looking burger. You got that onion peeking out of the side, which, you know, probably pull that off. I don't want too much onion. Then on the flip side here, you can see the lettuce, the tomato. Saw a bit of pickle poking out by that onion, so pull that guy off. And I'll get one bite with this pickle here. Piping hot. Almost burned my mouth. Need to cool down with some of the strawberry lemonade. That's pretty good. This burger. Alright. So I got some thoughts on that pickle bite. I'm gonna pull pickle off for this one. Interesting. Biting into it, you can tell just by the texture of it that it's higher quality beef than your typical fast food burger. You can just tell that straight away. Way more high quality beef just based on the texture alone. So I'm gonna do something a little bold and put a pickle back on here, because I kind of like the pickle in that bite. I've been telling you guys I'm not a pickle person. Maybe I am. Looks like they got some special sauce on it too. Not really any ketchup or mayo, just kind of a special Arby's burger sauce. Whatever that may hold. Pretty good. I'm gonna set that aside for now. I'll get to the burger at the end. but strawberry lemonade. Really good. I think Arby's curly fries are probably some of the most overrated fries. They're good. I'm not saying they're not good, but everyone's always like, oh, Arby's fries. Oh my God, Arby's curly fries. They're all right. They're not that good. I personally might rather have just like a McDonald's shoestring. And I personally think A&W, could be biased because I worked there for a few years, but I think A&W's got some of the best curly fries in the game. Yeah. Just tastes like a normal curly fry to me. Maybe slightly better than average. I'd say 6 out of 10 on the curly fries. I think A&W's curly fries are like 7 to 9 on the curly fry scale. I think they're pretty top notch. Strawberry lemonade. I mean, it's no Olga's. We'll leave it at that. And so the piece de resistance, the burger. Is it a good burger? Yes. Not denying that. Is it based on the Wagyu steak, you'd think it's the best fast food burger out there. Is it? No. It's good, but quite frankly, I can't see myself getting it again. If I want a nice burger, leaving in the Midwest, I'm going to Culver's. Much more on that in a later video. If I want a burger, if I want a nice burger and I want it fast, I'm going to Culver's. Plain and simple. If I can't say I'd ever come to Arby's for another burger. Am I glad I tried this? Yes. Because like I said, it is good. I'm not saying that. It's bad. I highly recommend you try it so you can form your own opinion. But on the fast food burger scale, Culver's, like I said, hovers around like, I mean, Culver's is the best I had, but I don't want to put it at 10 because there always might be better out there. So I'm going to put Culver's at like a 9.2. 9.2. Culver's makes a damn good burger. Excuse me. This I would put at a solid maybe 7.3, 7.4, somewhere in that, somewhere in the mid 7s, low to mid 7s. It's good, and I'm enjoying it. But there's better out there, and that's the simple facts. But I'm gonna finish eating. I'm gonna wrap up this meal. Thank you guys for watching, appreciate it. Make sure you brush slightly up against that subscribe button. Maybe give that like button a little farting on. And fucking check me out on Twitch, The Milkman 201. I got my link in my YouTube bio. I'll put the link down in the description of this video as well. And you can reach all my other socials from my Twitch profile. I'll see you next time. I got some other videos brewing. I know what my next video is. I'll see you then. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.